And you said you were doing old pieces, but I might have you beaten. I might have you beaten in these last poems of the old pieces. I've usually been sharing something that are brand new things from the Book Testament, but like last month, I'm going to close out with 3 from poetry from a book that is a year older, and it is from a Cyberwit book that is titled Shattering the Glass Ceiling. And there is a section in the beginning of it that has a bunch of pieces that talk about rape issues. I worked as an acquaintance rape workshop facilitator for years, so I would hear lots and lots of stories and learn lots and lots of things. So I have 3 entirely different pieces, and they're all old. I think the most recent one is 2017, maybe? And no, I've never read any of them in shows, so I'm not going to be showing you pictures of me performing them in shows. So these are all from the beginning section of Shattering the Glass Ceiling. This first one is titled Cosmos. I am back at my old college hangout years later, sharing some beers with an old friend. And then I remember being there with a friend who used to work there. She told me about the women's bathroom. In all my years, I had never been there in that bathroom. She said, the women write on the wall, at the left of the wall, women write that they've been raped. They name names. There were arrows pointing to other women's messages saying, I've heard this before. First names, last names. When she told me of this years ago, I walked in, read the names, and wrote down one of my own. I forgot about that wall until now, and I am back, just yards away from the bathroom door. I get up, walk, open the door years later. All the names are still there. Jake, Jay, Josh, Larry, Matt, Scott. I can even see my own writing. It didn't take long to find it. That's a piece called Cosmos. And of course they're going to be booty, of course. This one is entirely differently themed, and this one was written in 2016, which is mentioned in the poem, so you know that it's an older piece. This one is titled Escaping Refugees. I was hoping the world for women was turning the corner, that the world was finally have evolved to respect us women. How silly of me. Remember, girls, hold your own out alone at night, and don't assume if men give you drinks, it just because they're nice. Some men are good. I know it's true, but that doesn't mean the battle is over and you can feel safe. Watch your back, walk fast, check over your shoulder. You still work harder for less pay than men, and the men probably still expect you to cook and clean for them, birth and raise their babies too, because that's your job, to do everything. And don't forget to smile. I mean, if you think you're in the clear and have nothing to fear, you can be raped by people you trust as well as strangers. Because keep in mind that Europeans now have a name for the Syrian and Muslim refugees they've taken in. Rapefugees. Because Muslim migrant mass sexual assault seemed to be the raping theme of 2016. So, women, you think you're safe? Think again. Because now we've learned that we can be raped for being nice. So, keep a vigilant eye, and keep up the good work, ladies. Okay, thank you. I'm giving thumbs up. And by the way, you saw me doing like the snapping of fingers. In Chicago, you applaud, and most places they do. But the performance art shows that I was doing in Hot Springs in Arkansas, they were like, but you know, you do the snapping of applause at the end, but they do a lot of the snapping of the fingers in the middle. And by the way, I should share, especially because I did this feature right after the 1-year anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade with Dobbs v. Jackson for this show. I just heard last week from Kai Kagan, the poet laureate and host of an open mic there, that they just passed a slew of laws in Arkansas that so restricts LGBTQ people in so many different ways. She was like counting how many laws there were, and then she said that they are planning to put up a statue. I don't know where exactly, but they're planning to put up a statue to represent all of the unborn fetuses that died before the overturning. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So, you know, I thought I had it bad in Texas, but I guess right next door, you know, there are different levels for everything, I guess, for this lucky times. But I just thought I'd share that luscious little piece of news for you guys before I read my last piece, which is another one that is a rape issue that is in the book Shattering the Glass Ceiling. And it is actually titled Like Nothing Ever Happened. In Waco, Texas, a grand jury found enough evidence in the case against a man indicted on 4 counts of sexual assault to send the case to trial. Now, usually when a grand jury sends a case to trial, that usually means there's enough evidence to convict. But I just heard on the news that instead, he pled no contest to 1 charge of unlawful restraint in return for the dismissal of 4 charges of sexual assault. With this plea from this fraternity president rapist who had nothing to offer the state in a plea deal, he gets in this lower charge in exchange for counseling, a $400 fine, which is less than a fine for leaving a disabled car to get help, plus 3 years probation. Added bonus, if he stays clean until probation's over, his record would be expunged. This means he wouldn't have to register as a sex offender. It would be like nothing ever happened. This woman was repeatedly raped, strangled, and left for dead face down in the dirt. She was brought to the hospital where they called the police. There's an enormous amount of evidence. A conviction is almost sure. 4 counts of sexual assault. And they treat it like nothing ever happened. Women think we've shattered the glass ceiling, but we still have to shatter the mentality that women are objects and that rape is not a crime. We try to plead our case, but nothing ever happens. And maybe women have to shatter more than ceilings, but also men's mentality that we could even shatter a few maybe of your bones the way you shatter our souls with every act of rape. Shattering your bones would not even cross the line you rapists cross with your misogyny and your violence. Is that what we're left with? Is that what we have to do? Should we get down as low as you to start to try to even the score? If we're so equal, is it not our turn to exact our revenge? And I know it's not you guys. I love you guys. You know that. These are arguments against these people that do things like this. And
always the ex-president of the United States.
I'm not even going to touch that one below. But anyway, so yeah, when I have rape issues, there are things of people that would tell me stories or things I would hear on the news. When I heard that one, I don't know, Susan, if you had heard of that when you were around. I was just like, you're kidding me. Then I see things for Baylor and I'm like, I don't think I like anything about that university after hearing these stories. But anyway.
Does what happened at Baylor, Janet?
Former Baylor University Pi Delta Theta president and student, and I have his name, but I won't share it here.
Okay.
But he was arrested and he was charged with sexual assault in 2016. They went to trial, and in 2017 everything was dropped. Yeah, that was the story for it. I have it in the notes, but since I'm on film, why am I protecting Jacob Walter Anderson there? Why am I protecting this man? No, I'm gonna say it. I'm looking at the small print there, but it was from stories from that. So Anywho, and no, when I say these things, it's not to you guys because you guys are double plus awesome, and that's not the point at all. But the thing is, these things exist, and so you do what you can to try to shine a light on them, because what else can you do sometimes, I guess. So I don't know. So anyway, so it's apparent, but I'm not going to be writing another women's issues book next. So you guys will be relieved that I won't be screaming and yelling at how terrible one half of the population is. So trust me, I'll be good, I swear. But I wanted to thank each and every one of you, and I'm sorry that again that I came late to this guy. And it was wonderful to hear you guys, and thank you, John, for taking over. I tried to do it on my phone while I was in the car, and I'm like, I can't managed to link up with that on my phone because I'm a Luddite. So I apologize for that, and thank you for that, and I hope you enjoyed hearing Tom, whom I missed out on. And because my phone is filming a live feed, I don't know what the first of, it'll be Labor Day weekend, I'm sure. So it'll be the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, I'm sure, is the next one, because that's how these calendar things roll. And the cool thing about doing this thing in a Zoom meeting versus meeting in a bookstore, which if it was the bookstore, Susan, it would just be you and me and other people from the Austin area. But it would be closed Labor Day weekend, so it wouldn't be going on that weekend anyway. So we get this one as an added bonus, and I'll do my best to not be late. So keep that open, you guys. I will make the poetry, the Facebook event listing for it a week beforehand. Thank you again, John McMullen, for starting this up for me. You guys are all angels. Is there anything else? I see him pointing his finger. Anything that you have to say, darling? Anyone? 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 No?
Okay. We're good.
Okay. Well, yes, you are. You are good, in fact. That's most definitely true. So if you don't have plans on the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, we can all just meet up here again. Chicks and I don't know what to say for boys. Forget it. I'm done trying to make up the references. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. And nobody has anything else to say? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys in the beginning of September. You guys are triple plus awesome, each and every one of you. And I will and I look forward to hearing each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you guys all so very much. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.